Guys, welcome back to another Grow Your B&B video. Today I am in sunny Dubai. I'm excited to share you this video where I'm going to talk about, as an Airbnb consultant myself, staying at an Airbnb for 2 weeks. I'm going to show you what I paid, why I choose this apartment, what was the reason behind it, and how I made the decision of going into Airbnb, not as a direct booking. But more importantly, I want to show you this incredible view. Look at this. And I'm going to show you later the sunset, the views on sunset's incredible. There's Burj down there, the palms down there, and it's an incredible view right now. I think I'm on 57th floor. I'm excited. Let's go into my computer. I'm going to showcase you exactly what I paid, how it works, why you've got to choose different locations. Really excited to give you an insight of Airbnb business as an Airbnb consultant right now in Dubai. So yeah, let's go in. By the way, when I'm working here, and one of the things I realize about Dubai is the app called Noon, which is incredible. Like, the delivery systems is amazing. It comes in less than 15 minutes on certain products. I actually bought myself a tea. It's incredible. Like, I think, it makes you feel a little bit lazy, but however, the efficiency that I don't have to worry about buying things. Like, for example, I bought myself a shot, very healthy, very relaxing, gets me going in the day, having like tea when I want to, not worrying about stuff in terms of like finances. It's an amazing place to be, especially knowing in Dubai nothing's like mega expensive if you try and stay like more to the ground and not spend a lot of money. Right guys, so here is sorry, I've just chucked that away, but my little tea. But also, by the way, something that I realized in the UK we don't have is this little cap thing that stays and that doesn't like come off. It's honestly, it's the best. And this is a tea check. Yeah, it's really good. And honestly, I only paid 3 dirhams for this to get delivered at home. Now, let's get back to the video. I want to showcase you my Airbnb account and also give you guys some tips on how this is going to work. So guys, you can see here on my screen, this is what caught me straight away on their listing. And it was the rooftop pool that had a view of Burj Khalifa. And yeah, you can see here, like, the pool is amazing. It had like some spaces that you can see on the side. That's actually the sunset from this property, which I'm going to showcase with you guys later in the video. So and this is the exact room that I'm currently staying in with the view. Obviously you can see here. Yeah, it's an incredible, and I thought for me, I was like, what's important is, like in my home in Sandbanks, I like to make sure that I've got an outdoor space, a little balcony that I've got a view of. Obviously, the listing really still doesn't tell full kind of sunset view. I know it's given that photo, but that photo doesn't justify how incredible the sunset is here. And obviously, like, yeah, just, flicking through the kitchen, obviously the room. There's certain things I do want to explain about how they've taken picture of the rooms and stuff, but that's the gym in the building. That's like the spa, and you can book, which I'm booking in with my partner on, I think Saturday we're going in, and that's again a place that you can sit, relax, and obviously just chill and enjoy the view of Dubai. Now, I've got to say to you guys that the host has been absolutely incredible in terms of messages, booking the property. Now, one of the things a lot of people go is, Piers, obviously I talk about direct booking a lot in my channel, and why did you not book direct? It was pretty last minute, and I wanted to make sure that I was just booked in, and I didn't want the host to worry about different pricing and all that kind of stuff. The host would have made more money effectively, but I like to make sure that I'm building relationship with the host, and I wanted to make sure I give him some feedback, and hopefully whoever knows that he might even become a client of ours at Grow Airbnb. But the idea was I booked it through Airbnb itself. Now, when I booked the Airbnb, one of the suggestions I want you guys to take forward is make sure you favorite the property, because every time when the price goes up and down, that the favorite properties you've got, sometimes Airbnb will even email you like an update to say, hey, the price actually gone down on this Airbnb, which sometimes it happens, and it's a great place to go and purchase that stay that you wanted to go. So something that I found really well was I kind of favorited like 3 or 4 different properties that I want to stay in. Now, later on this video, I'm going to talk about why I choose Business Bay over the Palm, Jumeirah, or all the other places. places. Now, this is only my third time in Dubai, and this is my first time actually staying on an Airbnb, whereas before I've stayed in the Palm and it was amazing. But I think, you know, I'll actually also have a video of me going to that hotel earlier this Sunday. I wanted to go for a breakfast, which is incredible. If you're coming and visiting to Dubai, that is a must place to go for breakfast. When you're looking at this listings or any listings that you're trying to book, a couple of things I've always realized is, you know, how well is the description set? How well are they explaining you? Because, you know, the amount of stuff sometimes you've got on the listing, you end up not reading anything. One of the things I quickly recognized was what this place has to offer. It says beach access and beachfront. The property actually doesn't have a beachfront. Now, am I going to mark him down? Absolutely not. But if that's your priority, you need to make sure that you go right at the bottom on the map, because then you can see on the map where the property is and does it actually have a, you know, beach access, or is it set on the beach? Because if somebody was looking at this listing and gone, okay, that they would definitely go and, you know, report this to Airbnb. My job is, as an Airbnb consultant, I want to work with this host. I'm going to give him feedback saying, hey, the listing says that, do check it, do remove that. But, you know, this place has got, you know, Wi-Fi, amazing Wi-Fi. As an Airbnb consultant, I've been here, sat down working with clients who's got a couple of properties. So I helped somebody just now onboarding their virtual assistant in their business, helping them get those managements in the business, making sure that there's more bookings coming in. So yeah, there's loads of like basically Zoom calls that I do on a one-to-one basis like I do at home. I can do it here without having to worry about my own space and stuff like that, which has been incredible. So again, this is like really when you're looking at listings and you're choosing listing, you've got to make sure that you understand the description, got to make sure you check the part of what the place has to offer, but really make sure you confirm that with the map in terms of location, so that you are getting that right property that you guys are gonna enjoy coming and staying in. Now, I'm going to recommend you to look into the map, and we're going to I want to recommend you a couple of things in terms of how to book, where do you want to stay, and obviously depending on your requirement, what's the best property that you want to look into. So my biggest requirement was this time around be quite close to the downtown and Business Bay, purely because I wanted to see how the working life is here. I wanted to see the Monday to Friday, how people work, and, you know, the movement around the city. Obviously being next to Burj Khalifa and Dubai Mall, one of the things I wanted to do, I just wanted to walk to the Dubai Mall and Burj Khalifa. Actually been here for 3 nights. I've already been there twice, and all I'm doing is I'm literally just walking there in 15 minutes. That, again, if you're staying around the Business Bay, like, this is a great location because you're not straight in middle of Business Bay, so the price is a lot cheaper. Again, not in Burj Khalifa and around the area, and the price is a lot cheaper, but you are in Business Bay, which means it's much more affordable, yet again, you've got the best view of different part of Dubai. Now, further out, if you wanted to really kind of leverage, if you like the beaches and you want to enjoy the sun, you've got a couple of options here down the location as I'm showing you here. Now, you've got Burj Al Arab down this end, and then you've got the Palm here. Now you can see, again, you know, I've stayed in Palm here. I've stayed actually somewhere down in this end, where is like the Anantara Hotel. And again, you know, I was talking about the best cafe. Review Cafe is the one that you want to go into. But again, if you want to enjoy a bit of Palm, you're not worried about going into like the downtown or the Dubai Mall, because that's a huge drive. It's like nearly like a 30 to 35 minutes or even slightly further out. And then lastly, you've also got Dubai Marina. So if you're new to Dubai, then literally you're 4 different kind of options you want to go. Dubai Marina and Palm, you've got that beach access, and then you've got downtown Dubai. So guys, I think being here for a couple of days and actually getting used to the life of Dubai, and, you know, working and being able to run my business remotely. One thing, you know, if people are new to this channel, obviously my name is Piers. I run a Airbnb consultant business in the UK. Obviously we've worked with clients in Dubai in the past. We've worked with a couple of clients around the world in US, Canada, but I'm based in UK heavily. And the idea of building this Airbnb consulting business was to be able to have location freedom and actually take my work everywhere. Now this is nearly like my 5th year in consulting, been in the kind of real estate business for nearly like 7 years now. And I think it's exciting to share this because the idea behind this process was to be able to see actually the UK weather being down. I wanted to relocate for 2 weeks. I want to bring my work as normal and actually especially with the time difference, it's been incredible. Now, the reason why I share this is the remote working opportunity. A lot of people forget that an Airbnb co-hosting is exactly the same thing, where you can remotely work, you can remotely help an Airbnb owner. There's like thousands of listings in Dubai. They would love you to look after their pretty much getting bookings, like the marketing stuff. Like I've seen the property marketing is very, very poor in the Dubai market, because people just book property, whereas if somebody 10x's that opportunity, you know, you could be a great Airbnb co-host. Secondly, if you manage the guest communication, one of the things people hate about Airbnb is, you know, when I message my host, I try and make it very simple for him, like a couple of messages and that was it, and I've not bothered him too much. But just also as a good guest, I've also messaged him to say, hey, I'm really enjoying the apartment, lovely apartment, so he also understands that I'm really enjoying it. Obviously it helps both ways. And then lastly, you're looking after the cleaning management. So then when I booked this apartment, I said to the host, like, how many cleans do I get? It was like none. And I was like, okay, actually I'm here for 2 weeks, I'd like the apartment clean at least weekly. So I was like, okay, what's the cost with, you know, X amount of towel? And he came back and said, here's, I can do it for 135 dirham. Now for me, that cost first of all clean and the efficiency of, you know, as a customer, I don't have to pay a lot of money, but I still get that service, really appeals to me in Dubai market. And obviously as a co-host, all you're doing is you're doing the cleaning management between the cleaners and the property and making sure that it's all lined up, and obviously you're scheduled it properly. But yeah, all in all, I think now I'm going to talk about the heavy costing that I paid for this property, based on, obviously for me it's a business expenses. I'm here as work, I'm doing the work, I'm spending most of my time actually sitting this in the computer, building my business, my Grow Your BNB, my Automate Your BNB. I have got a sales call in a minute with a potential referral client who's got over 150 property in Wales, and it was referral from an existing client who's got over 30 units. We've done great work for them. We've built their brand, we've built their systems, processes, we've added more direct bookings and all that kind of things that a lot of operators like Airbnb owners miss to do. And I'm going to talk about the costing now. And to end this video, I really wanted to say to you guys that please make sure you hit that subscribe, because we've got a couple of amazing videos about Dubai. Obviously I'm here for 2 weeks, so I'm going to make sure I film as much as content for people who are running Airbnbs, who are looking to get into Airbnbs, or even thinking about remote working. So let's go into the cost now. So guys, I'm going to put my screenshot here. I paid £2,929.80 for my stay, 14 night stay here in this apartment, which is a 1-bedroom apartment with an incredible view of, obviously right now with the sunset, the Burj Khalifa and all this stuff. And then obviously when I go to the rooftop, got an amazing view where I actually did some work this morning off Burj Khalifa, quiet. I was there for like 7:30, just enjoying a bit of view, doing some work, and there was literally nobody to kind of bother me. And you can see here, the cost I paid was, for the cleaning fee, I only paid £17.15. That's an end of checkout clean, which I'm now going to add another clean. Also, I got a weekly discount worth 150, which was something like 5%, you know, and on average of, I think I paid about like 200 and something, £202 or something on my nightly rate per night. So again, guys, as a part of this video, I wanted to showcase what is so fun about being in an Airbnb, in terms of what I said to you about how, you know, I got my tea in less than 13 minutes and, you know, don't have to do anything. I'm literally sat down doing my work and it's been delivered. Also the fact that you are in a position, you're living like a local, you're understanding how things work here. I've really got to enjoy so far that my 3 days here in Dubai, really understanding the whole process of living here, the pros and the cons, getting used to certain things here. But also in the next video, I'm really going to kind of break it down about how Airbnb hosts are actually making money, right? Because for me, when I paid like nearly £3,000 on this for 2 weeks, you know, and I know his calendar's like pretty much booked, he's looking to do a revenue worth like just over 6k this month. And for me, like after all his expenses, he's going to make some healthy profit for this month without having to worry about check-in and check-outs, because he's got me in for 2 weeks and I am his longest guest right now in his calendar. So yeah, I'm really excited to break that down in the next video in terms of what I believe he's made this month in terms of the profit. So if you are looking to come in and start a business or Airbnb business in Dubai, I hope this will help as well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed another Grow Your BNB video. Now my name is Piers BK from Grow Your BNB and AutomateYourBNB.com, and I would love you to hit that like, subscribe and share, and I'll be back with another Dubai video in a couple of days.